The Knicks will return home to Madison Square Garden to take on the league's worst Charlotte Hornets, who have firmly established themselves in the tank in the race for victor. Knicks coming into this thing shorthanded again. No Jalen Brunson, so it was up to their supporting cast of R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, Emmanuel quickly to get it done. And hey, this thing looked all right. R.J. started it off pretty well, got out the gates, got off to a hot start. Knicks even scored 45 points in the second quarter, red hot. And the second unit would have their say in this thing. But a 62-39 second half for the Charlotte Hornets would turn this thing upside down, man. And in the final 5 minutes in crunch time, the Knicks were stumbling and bumbling to the finish line. And for the Charlotte Hornets, man, their skilled players showed out. Knicks lose 112-105. 9-game winning streak snapped. Can you say trap game, ladies and gentlemen? Boy, oh boy. When we had our Knicks Weekly show last night, and we talked about what our record predictions would be for this week. No one.
This is where we're going.
No one saw this one coming. No one saw this one coming. But this is the NBA. There is another team on the other side of the court that wants to play with pride, and you become the hunted when you go on these streaks, and you become very much talked about in this league. Knicks were on top of the world just 2 days ago. But you got to execute, man. And I just thought that neither Randall nor Quickly had it tonight. Both players looked fairly gassed, especially Julius Randle. I felt like Julius was coasting the entire game. He looked gassed. 16 points for him, 5 of 17 from the field, 2 of 9 from downtown. For Quickly, 5 of 16 from the field, 14 points, 3 of 10 from downtown. So your two gunners, your two heroes from the Celtics game, combined for 10 of 33 shooting and 5 of 19 from downtown. Not going to get it done. Now, I thought RJ started off the game very well. I always like when RJ's facilitating and playmaking. He got deep into the defense. He was finishing well on his drives. He was very aggressive in attack mode. We got to figure out, how that trio would work when Brunson comes back. But I thought this was the Brunson effect in Jalen not being in the lineup. RJ really asserting himself as a go-to guy in this thing. And again, look good early.
Look, man, it's unrealistic in the NBA to go undefeated for the rest of the season. So, As you said, trap game, it happens. Usually it's against one of the worst teams. You're just sleepwalking. I look at this as you noted. You said IQ and Randall were gassed. Look, they just played a double overtime game 2 days ago. They had to travel from, home down to Miami, then to Boston, then they come back home. So you put all that in, you mix all that together, and that's what you're going to get when you get a trap game too. So if losing this game means they're going to have a successful West Coast trip, I'll take it 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
But these things happen, man. You didn't get a good effort from Julius Randle today. He looked like he just kind of looked like he just wanted to be home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like you just saw like he was just tired, exhausted. You didn't feel that impact that he normally has in a game. Right. Out of 17 shots, 9 of them were for 3, so he was settling for shots. Same thing for Quickly. Quickly took 16 shots today. 10 of them were 3. Neither one of them were really attacking the paint and really try to bend the defense. So when you don't have your two top guys helping RJ in that manner, it's going to get an effort. You're going to get an effort like this. Solid minutes from Hart, McBride, as you talked about. This is where, I saw, like I said, I said out on Twitter saying, trap games happen. Knicks just got to bounce back on this West Coast trip.
Yo, I mean, this season is longer than the Bible, man. But one thing I could tell y'all, I could say that, the wagon was getting so heavy that the axles were cracking. So
yeah,
we got a few just took a step off of the wagon for a second. But as far as Hart, man, he's right. He's an atomic dog.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the vibe. And listen, once Tibbs got his 9 and was up against it, and that was a heck of a report because we all felt it. He felt it. Once he went back and said, listen, I could get fired at any given turn, he ain't never changing now. He's going to stay at that 9. We just better be lucky he ain't got the Riley 7.
Right.
So I mean, and this is parity on any given night in the NBA. Anybody could get you.
Yeah.
If you sleeping, if you're not woke, anybody. And look, I don't see the big difference between a team that was a playoff team last year and just having a bad team this year because of injuries or whatever. But teams got long memories, man. So we got to be ready for that. And my last point on this is like, I mean, game ones, no matter what if we could win game ones and no matter what series that we play in the playoffs, we got to all think to heaven, the basketball heavens, man. And that's our goal. But, Tibbs is going to ride this man on the rims, man. The rims are sparking. He ain't going to go back. I'm not going to criticize that. He got 3 flats, man, still taking it on the road at 80 miles an hour. And we just got to live with that, man. Yep. Enjoy the progress. And like I said, game ones, man, if our team could keep the mentality and seize the game ones, I don't think things could start. And I'm saying each series, whether it's home or away, game ones.
Still the first one.
Because it's all new to us.
Yeah,
this is foreign virgin territory. Everybody seems to have a playoff something in their bloodstream, and we don't. We only got Jalen Brunson, and this is new. And so I almost get my last note. I almost get the feeling like teams are looking at us sideways, saying that we have an incredible regular season celebrations while they might be stocking up or having a rotation of 11 and 10 and 12. And there's coaches out there who are prime, like Taylor Jenkins, that doing that. But Tibbs ain't the guy that's going to do that, so we got to just ride in that car and hope the sparks don't catch the car on fire.
Hope we can make it there by the time the second week of April starts, man, for sure.
Listen, I think the Knicks played well the first 2 quarters. We got to the line plenty of times. That's where we built most of our lead. I think RJ played phenomenal. He almost had 20 by halftime.
Yes.
I was waiting for him to drop 40, but, once the second half started, they didn't really utilize him as much. They did a great job driving into the lane and kicking out, finding easy buckets, but they just got tired. And I don't hold that against them. Like, all good things come to an end. I wasn't expecting them to go undefeated for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And losing to the Hornets is a blessing in disguise. Listen, like, if you're going to lose, at least let it be against a team that's not going to be competing in the playoffs. It keeps the team humble.
Yes.
And hopefully we come back with an even stronger mentality.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's not like we haven't proven that we can't be playoff teams. We can.
Yeah, I like that. And one thing that I would take away from these 2 games without Jalen Brunson is RJ's performance. And is it more of him just playing better? Is it the absence of Brunson why he's playing better? Because the Knicks have to figure that out. He's a big part of this equation as they look towards the postseason. You can expect, Brunson's performance. You hope you can expect Julius's performance. But what are you going to get from RJ, and how do they maximize his effectiveness with this team? When Brunson's in the lineup and the 3 of those guys are in the lineup, it's Brunson's kind of that primary initiator, Julius from a secondary standpoint, and RJ's kind of in that tertiary mode. And then they bring him in to run that second unit. But so far, it hasn't really bared any fruit. And yeah, that's the story, man. Back at it again on Thursday for post-game live. Al, great show, man. Wrap it up early tonight. It's a bum night.
Good stuff, bro. Good stuff.
Yeah, man.
Salute to the mods. Salute to the chat. Salute to Knicks Nation.
Salute to Knicks Nation, man.
We'll be up and running. Don't worry. We're going to be back up and running.
Absolutely. Peace.